The time is 7:06, and I would like to call this District 204 regular action meeting to order. Marilyn, will you please call the roll?
Member Alvarez.
Present.
Member Vita Daniels.
Present.
Member Kozalka Campbell.
Here.
Member Dillon. Member Giannotti Fry.
Here.
Member Kennedy.
Present.
Member Lopez.
Present.
All right, I ask we all rise and participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Marilyn, will you please call the roll?
Member Vita Daniels.
Yes.
Member Kozalka Campbell.
Yes.
Member Giannotti Fry.
Yes.
Member Kennedy.
Yes.
Member Lopez.
Yes.
Member Alvarez.
Yes. All right. We are very excited to see so many people here today. But before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to recognize my fellow board members, Board of Education members, both past and present, for your unwavering dedication and commitment to making LT an exceptional school district. As you know, our board was recently recognized by the Illinois Association of School Boards as one of only 42 districts out of 892 statewide to receive the 2025 School Board Governance Recognition designation. This achievement would not have been possible without the leadership and collaboration of the board members seated here tonight, our past members, including Michael Thomas, Jill Gretsch, who's here with us this evening, Paula Struing, Elvia Nava, and others who came before us, our current former administrators, and our board clerk, Marilyn Zidlow. This recognition honors school boards that actively engage in professional learning, demonstrate effective governance, and model best practices that support excellence in public education. While we know there's always more work ahead, it's truly gratifying to know we have our collective efforts recognized at the state level. Thank you for all of your time, energy, and heart you devote to making LT a model of excellence. In addition, I want to highlight the celebration that our district recently received. LTHS is one of 28 schools to receive the inaugural Governor's Blue Ribbon Award from the Governor's Office and the Illinois State Board of Education. Historically, the National Blue Ribbon Award given by the U.S. Department of Education honored schools throughout the country for excellence. Following the discontinuation of this program, Governor Pritzker began the Governor's Blue Ribbon program to honor the public and private schools who are set to receive the National Blue Ribbon Award. This award honors schools for demonstrating high level of academic performance and student achievement. On behalf of our entire school community, we are honored to accept this award and are grateful for the Governor's Office and the Illinois State Board of Education for recognizing excellence in education. That being said, it is time for our public participation. Marilyn, do we have anyone signed up for our tonight's first public comment session?
President of LTEA, Andrew Johannes.
All right.
Turn that on, Andrew. It's just, that working? There we go.
Sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Johannes. I am the president of the Teachers Union here at LT. First, I'd like to congratulate all the attendees tonight, a true testament to our exceptional students. So congratulations to everyone. October is a very busy time of year. Classes are full swing, fall sports are nearing their end, seniors are busy completing their college applications, and teachers are at work writing letters of recommendation on top of their regular teaching duties. We also have parent-teacher conferences upcoming this week, which provide a wonderful opportunity for teachers to connect with families and build stronger ties within the community. Unfortunately, LT has once again been struck by tragedy. The LT community mourns the loss of special education teacher Ray Bertner. Our thoughts are with Ray's family during this difficult time. The LTA would like to acknowledge the efforts and compassion of many individuals during this trying period. Thank you to Dr. Waterman and Dr. Tyrell for their steadfast leadership and support of faculty and staff. Thank you to Dr. Owens and Mr. Piotrowski for their responsiveness and care in the wake of this loss. We are also grateful to the division chairs, Dr. Moore and Mr. Eder, who were truly present and supportive of teachers and staff. Finally, thank you to all the teachers who supported one another. Your compassion and solidarity are a true testament to the strength of the LT community. On a happier note, this month we celebrated National Coach and Sponsor Day. Thank you to all our coaches and sponsors for their tireless efforts in providing students with meaningful and positive co-curricular activities. A few special shout-outs. Thank you to the event supervisors, Meredith Hosteen, Carolyn Kruger, Laura McCready, and Maria Ricker, along with the student council for doing a fantastic job planning and executing homecoming week. Congratulations to the TAB yearbook advisor, Joseph Maffey, who was named the Kettle Moran Press Association Advisor of the Year. Congratulations to head coach Megan Hutchinson, who was recognized by the Chicago Bears as the flag football coach of the week. Congratulations to Mark Dahl, David Hartley, and John Music. As always, they delivered outstanding performances. And then finally, thank you to chef's teacher Emmy Masick for preparing the bus driver appreciation luncheon. These are just a few incredible things that have happened just in the last month. Finally, as the president said, big congratulations to the LT for receiving the inaugural Governor's Blue Ribbon Award from Governor Pritzker. This is a tremendous honor for our entire community, the board, administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, administrative assistants, and buildings and grounds staff. The contributions of all these groups make LT a truly special place and an award-winning school. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our first public participation opportunity. Next is something we are always looking forward to, is our student representatives reports, Ria and Rohan Nagali.
Hi all. I hope everyone's October is going great. As we near November, the fall athletic season is coming to a close, with many sports seasons already finished. Last Friday, the boys football team achieved a significant victory at one of the last home games of the regular season. On October 10th, the boys golf team competed at state. The girls tennis team placed second in sectionals, qualifying all members of the sectionals team for the state meet on Thursday. Many teams, including boys and girls cross country, boys soccer, girls swim and dive, and girls volleyball, are ramping up to end their regular season and enter competition season. Earlier this month, LT celebrated Hispanic Heritage Month with Nuestra Historia on October 6th. Students at South Campus appreciated the opportunity to learn more about Hispanic culture from a variety of performances and speakers throughout the day.
On Wednesday, October 22nd and Thursday, October 23rd, LT will conduct parent-teacher conferences. These conferences will be brief but will continue a strong relationship between parents and guardians and teachers. For seniors, the College and Career Center is experiencing lots of traffic, with application workshops and college rep visits. As October 15th passes and November 1st approaches, seniors who may be slightly nervous will begin or continue submitting their applications. Good luck. Juniors will take the PSAT exam this Thursday, October 23rd. Juniors may also be nervous, aiming for top schools and National Merit Scholarship consideration. Seniors will have a non-attendance day. Since ending the first quarter, students have appreciated the multiple long weekends during October, but are looking forward to upcoming events such as Halloween, Snowball, and the Outsiders production.
All right, a lot of great things happening as always. Thank you both. We appreciate that. Next is the superintendent report. Dr. Waterman.
Before we move into the superintendent report, I just have one clarifying question from the student rep report. The girls tennis team qualifying for state, I believe Ria's on that team, and she didn't mention that, neither did Rohan, so. You guys, you thought you were going to get away with that, didn't you? Well, congratulations and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, moving into the superintendent report, I'll just start with a brief reminder that in the board's packet tonight, you'll find a memo that provides the monthly FOIA report since our last meeting in September. And then moving into the exciting part of this evening, we get a chance to recognize a lot of really awesome students. So we're going to come down to the front to do that. So we get the opportunity tonight to recognize about 200 students that we invited. We obviously don't have that many here, but we have a lot of students who were able to make it out tonight through their busy schedules. This is always our National Merit Recognition evening at the board table, and we are always super excited to recognize some outstanding students for their time, their effort, and their dedication, and their excellence academically. So we're going to start with the College Board National Recognition Programs award academic honors to high-performing students. The 4 national recognition programs include the National Merit First Generation, National Merit Commended, National Merit Semifinalists, and National Merit School Recognition Award. The National Merit First Generation Award celebrates high-achieving first-generation college students. Eligibility requires taking the PSAT or PSAT 10 and scoring within the top 10% of test takers in the state, or earning a 3 or higher on at least 2 AP exams by the end of 10th grade. We are proud to celebrate the following students for being recognized as National First Generation Award recipients. Jasmine Aguiar, Eveline Beal, Elise Cole, Alexander Kukovic, Stephanie Diaz, Leilani Flowers, Francisco Gonzalez, Lola Gruhich, Katerina Yakovleva, Christian Yanev, Joanna Jovanova, Adrian Karlovich, Anthony Kyriakis, Katie Lamb, Violet Lastly, Luca Ligamari, Anuj Lagvasaran, Vincenzo Mangiaracina, Daniela Martinez Gallegos, Nathan McMullen, Avery Mazon, No Morcacho Cordova, Bradley Fahn, Charles Plewa, Van Pulley, congratulations, Van. Philip Sokolowski, Nicholas Ursetta, Zachariah Webster. Congratulations to all of our National Merit First Generation Awards. The National Merit Commended Award is an academic honor given to high-scoring students on the preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. This recognition places students in the top 3 to 4% of test takers nationally. LT is proud to celebrate the following students for being recognized as National Merit Commended Scholars. Suzanne Avakian, Joanna Barcelona, Megan Carlin, Maximus DeMonte, Leo Evenson, Aaron Hanslick, Maxwell Holtz, Christian Yanev, Juniper Jenkins, Cash Roman, Alexander Matisik, Jack Mickelson, Rohan Nagali. Come on down, Rohan. Reagan O'Connell. Grant Pavlik. Oh, he's here. Grant's here. There you go. Joshua Plichta. Ryan Remias. William Stroka. James Svelnus. Corinne Yanzi. Congratulations to all of our National Merit Commended students. The National Merit Semifinalist Award is an honor awarded to academically talented high school students who score in the top 1% of their state on the PSAT. Being a semifinalist allows our students to compete for a scholarship award by becoming a finalist, which requires submitting an application, an essay, having a strong academic record, along with an SAT score that aligns with their PSAT performance. We are proud to celebrate the following students for being recognized as National Merit Semifinalists. Sophia Altiak, Justin Cabana, Lindsay Forbaugh, Andrew Jane, Alexis Jane, Emily Kinzel, Nathan Leonauskas, Beckett Letier, Maxim Libby, Cora Magan, Ria Nagali, Delilah Palaski, Grace Roten, Rohan Shah, and Andrew Sherman. Congratulations to all of our National Merit Semifinalist students. The National Merit School Recognition Award is a recognition from the College Board's National Recognition Program that celebrates high-achieving students from all backgrounds. To qualify, students must have a cumulative GPA of a B+ or higher and score in the top 10% of their high school's PSAT or PSAT 10 test takers, or earn a 3+ on at least 2 AP exams by their 10th grade year. We are proud to honor the following students for being recognized as National Merit School Recognition Award recipients. Sarah Adams, Jackson Albee, Sophia Altiak, Suzanne Avakian, Ayan Baki, Joanna Barcelona, Kieran Barnacle, Rachel Beery. Gavin Bender. Anna Biggenwald. Morgan Blake. Elizabeth Broderick. Casey Bruni. Miles Brick. Philip Bulakovsky. Maya Bilesma. Kennedy Campbell. Carolina Capizzi. Lucian Carley. Megan Carlin. Peyton Carmody. Owen Carroll. Maeve Charlton. Alexandria Crosan. Alexander Kukovich. Paxton Cutler. Maximus DeMonte. Stephanie Diaz. Juliette Dillenbeck. Caitlin Duffy. Leo Evenson. Charlize Abiad. Chloe Etler. Vito Falco. John Fisher. Lillian Flynn. Niall Ford. Lindsay Forbaugh. Rose Frank. Tyler Gant. Aiden Garcia. Liam Garrity. David Garasik. Francisco Gonzalez. Isabella Gonzalez. Luke Gao. Vivian Grad. Lillian Grigsby. Ainsley Grove. Aaron Guliuza. Aaron Hanslick. Madeline Hart. James Harvey. Cora Hauserman. Skyla Hendricks. Alexandra Hennessy. Justin Haydorn. That was Justin. Maxwell Holtz. Alexis Jane. This is Alexis. That one goes away. Andrew Jane. Dina Hylilian. Christian Yanev. Juniper Jenkins. Dylan Jorgensen. Joanna Jovanova. Adrian Karlovich. Mary Chemnitz. Emily Kenzel. Elia Knott. Jude Kohanek. Daniel Korpolinski. Benjamin Kozak. Sophia Kutlich. Jenna Lally. Violet Lastly. Andrew Layden. Nathan Leonauskas. Beckett Letier. Maxim Libby. Luca Ligamari. Anuj Lakavasaran. Avery Lusk. Maya Maganye. Cora Magan. Charlotte Main. Vincenzo Mangiaracina. Brooke Manley. Alexander Matisik. Blake McCracken. Isabella McCracken. Kaylee McGuire. Francine Melanides. Avery Maison. Jack Mickelson. Luca Minnie. Marco Moroni. Andrew Mose. Sebastian Myers. Ria Nagale. And Rohan Nagale. Jackson Nold. Daniel Nunez. Reagan O'Connell. Anthony Arico. Anna Panzing. Jacob Patterson. Grant Pavlik. Delilah Pawlowski. Sorry. Bradley Fan. Joshua Plickta. Catherine Potter. Addison Powers. Van Pulley. Jacob Radecki. Joseph Ratcliffe. Isabel Recker. Ryan Rimias. There we go. Grace Roten. Vida Rodriguez. Grace Ross. Olivia Santaniello. Maura Schneider. Lucy Schonecker. Eddie Scholes. Anna Secord. Caroline Santadiego. Rohan Shah. Andrew Sherman. Sylvia Sibasiak. Brooke Simmons. Philip Sokolowski. Luke Solis. Tatiana Stavropoulos. Elena Stoltz. Gwendolyn Strickler. William Stroka. James Svelnus. Sean Tillis. Jack Tempe. You got it. Julian Tochalowski. Jack Valendigam. Amelia Van Vuren. Anna Voigt. Owen Walls. Charles Walsh. Avery Watanabe. Addison Whipple. Liam Whittleton. Charlie Wickman. Sarah Wiggins. Madeline Wood. Corinne Yancey. Jake Yee. Peter Ziarno. How about a huge round of applause for all of our national merit first generation semifinalists, commended, and school recognition award recipients. We certainly don't need too many reminders of how special LT is, but seeing all these students getting recognized tonight and knowing the work and the effort that they put in to being the outstanding academics that they are really just gives us a ton of pride, and we're so happy to be able to recognize so many students, and obviously thanks to the families who are here tonight too for being here, because this is what we love to do, is recognize our students and our families. So again, congratulations to all of our national merit recipients. So moving along with our recognition ceremony, it's my honor to present our first quarter Vita Plena Award recipient for the 25-26 school year. The Vita Plena Award has been presented by the superintendent to a deserving staff member since the mid-90s. The award is generally presented to an individual who embodies the themes of inspiration, creativity, kindness, selflessness, and just overall someone who constantly goes above and beyond in service to our school community. As we looked to honor a staff member with a Vita Plena Award for quarter one, David Brown, who serves as a systems administrator in our information technology department, was a natural choice. David completed a 4-year IBM Modern Apprenticeship program with IBM United Kingdom and worked as an engineer for 6 years, as well as earning certificates from James Watt College and a bachelor's degree in applied computer science from Robert Morris College as well. David was hired in October of 2003 here at LT as a paraeducator, and in October of 2005, he became a network technician. He's been in his current role as Assistant Administrator since February of 2008, where he is an integral part of the team that ensures that our technology systems are working to support our staff, our students, and our community. He also, in his free time, serves as a sponsor to our Student Cyber Defense Club. We are proud to work with David as he supports our staff, students, and community, and everything he does embodies what the Vita Plena Award is all about, which is why we are honored to recognize him here tonight. David, congratulations, and thanks for all the ways that you support the LT community. Again, congratulations to David. Congratulations to all of our students. It's truly an honor to recognize so many outstanding individuals tonight, and this is one of the special parts of being superintendent and being at board meetings is having this chance to recognize our community. So again, congratulations. All right, and of course, that concludes my superintendent report for this evening, so thank you.
Yes, we know you're very high achieving and have a lot of homework to do, so if you need to go, we understand.
Great time.
Thank you again to the parents, the students, all your hard work, and especially our teachers that helped get you there. Have a good evening, everyone.
What?
I told Ed, sorry, nobody wants to hear your goal 3 presentation. Oh.
Thanks, David. Congratulations.
Well deserved.
Before we get started again to the board, I just want to thank everyone, obviously our board, for being willing to spend time out of your board meeting to recognize some amazing students, and it's always a great event. And huge thanks to Marilyn. She's the mastermind behind the organization of all the certificates. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, so it's but it's so much fun to recognize our students, so thank you.
Marilyn's a big part of the reason we got our award as well, so thank you. She keeps us honest. All right, I think we can probably start moving along here. We will now move on to our unfinished business items. We'll begin this evening with consideration of the approval of the second reading of the 2026-2027 school year calendar. We'll turn that over to Dr. Patrice Payne.
Thank you, President Alboris. Following the first reading on September 2nd, 2025, the proposed calendar remained available for open review for the LT community. We have received a significant amount of feedback from a broad range of internal and external community members regarding the proposed 26-27 school calendar. Much of this input centered on the Thanksgiving holiday, with many requesting that it be extended to a full week. There were also differing perspectives on the student start date. Some suggested beginning earlier on August 13th to ease students' transition back to school with a shorter first week, while others felt that the proposed August 17th start date was already too early and preferred a later start date. We also received ancillary feedback on school events that do not necessarily impact the board approval process tonight. These include questions regarding prom, open house, and final exam schedules that warrant further discussion. Our team will take these items under review and continue conversations with the appropriate partners to determine any necessary adjustments or clarifications. We are deeply appreciative of the thoughtfulness and engagement of our LT community in sharing this feedback. Balancing the range of perspectives is always complex, and in several cases, the feedback we received were sometimes directly contradictory to others. After careful consideration, we have decided to bring forward the originally proposed calendar for a second reading as it provides the most balanced approach among the competing priorities. This proposal maintains as close as possible an equal balance between the first and second semester, with the first semester concluding before winter break. With that, I will open the floor to any further questions and respectfully request approval of the proposed 26-27 school calendar.
Do we have any discussions, questions, or anything we want to share? I do know we had a discussion last time about Thanksgiving and how we want to keep the balance of first and second semester. That was an important part of it. I also know that we've had a lot of discussions on start times and those kinds of things. But is there anything else aside from those conversations that we have? Any comments or concerns on? Okay. Then can we have a motion to approve the second reading of the 2026-2027 school year calendar as presented?
So moved.
Marilyn, will you please call the roll?
Member DeValca Campbell?
Yes.
Member Giannotti Frye?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Lopez?
Yes.
Member Daniels?
Yes.
Member Alvarez?
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, Dr. Payne, for
Thank
the
you.
work on that. I know it's not an easy thing to put together, especially considering all the different factors you have to put into it. So we appreciate the work that you did on that. All right, so our final unfinished item this evening is the consideration of the approval of the second reading of the 2026-2027 curriculum change proposals. And again, we'll turn it over to Dr. Payne.
Thank you again, President Alvarez. On the October 6th Committee of the Whole meeting, we had an extensive conversation about the 25 proposed curriculum changes that were brought forward on behalf of our teachers and division chairs. This includes 6 name changes, 9 level changes, 2 requests to drop courses, and 8 requests to add new courses. Your packet tonight reflects the discussion that was held on October 6th and represents the changes we are asking the board to approve this evening. I'm happy to answer any questions related to any of the changes. And with that, again, I respectfully recommend approval for the 26-27 curriculum course change proposals.
Same thing. Again, we had a pretty lengthy discussion on this last time. I know there was a lot of working parts to it, a lot of time and energy that was put into it by your staff and yourself. So do we have any other further discussion items or questions that we have? Okay. All right. That being said, then, can we have a motion to approve the second reading of the 2026-2027 curriculum change proposals as presented?
So move.
Second.
Marilyn, will you please call the roll?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, everyone. And again, thank you, Dr. Payne and your team for the, huge amounts of labor that I know went into that proposal, because there's a lot there. But again, very exciting for those new opportunities for our students that we're looking forward to seeing how that rolls out next year. So that concludes our unfinished business, and we'll now move on to our new business. And our first agenda item is the consideration of approval of a change order with DEM Services, Inc. Brian Stashak.
Thank you, President Alvarez. Just for reference, DEM Services is the company that provided asbestos removal services to the district as part of our summer of 2025 projects. And so unfortunately, with asbestos removal, as I pointed out here in the executive summary, it isn't always possible to see where all of the asbestos is that needs to be removed until we actually open up the walls, the ceilings, and then, see where it actually all is. We do have a consultant that we work with, and they do a fairly good job of locating most of that before we get into the project. But again, not everything is able to be seen. So on this particular project, this is the second change order for this project. This particular change order is in the amount of $5,801. The initial contract sum with DEM Services was for $193,000. That plus the change order 1 at $18,714, and then change order 2 at $5,801 brings the new contract sum to $217,515. That being said, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Any questions, concerns, thoughts on this one?
I would just add that, I know this is something we discussed, and it's always an unknown, so,
It is.
I mean,
Yep.
it's hard to do any, to know. We anticipated that it could be present, but
That's right.
I, appreciate that information.
Sure. Thank you.
We don't appreciate the cost, but we appreciate the information.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's still more that asbestos around the area that they might find, or is that pretty much?
No, that they're done.
They're
This,
done.
yeah, the approval of this particular change order will close this contract out. Their work is already completed. We will be bringing back to the board, we'll have a contract for asbestos removal as part of the next summer's work to wrap up the work that we started in 2025 here at North Campus. But that's a separate contract. It's not related to this one at all.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Okay, can we have a motion to approve the change order with DEM Services, Inc. in the amount of $5,801 to the contract for a final amount of $217,515 as presented?
So moved?
Second?
All right, Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Brian Stashak, for your work on that again.
Thank you.
I know it's not anything that we're always looking forward to, but we know that those costs do show up. So our next item is the consideration of approval for the resolution authorizing the transfer of real estate property and approval of real estate sale agreement with the Board of Education of Pleasantdale School District number 107. Before the board is a resolution authorizing the sale of approximately 1 acre of land to Pleasantdale School District for $320,000. Once the agreement is executed, the parties will meet at the Willow Springs property site with a surveyor to agree upon the acre to be transferred. The surveyor will prepare a survey of the area to be transferred to the parties for their agreement. Once the parties agree on the exact parcel, assuming there are no issues, the land will be sold to Pleasantdale School District. Any questions or concerns on that?
I don't have a question or a concern, but I just want to say I'm really glad that we can work together with, everyone to make this happen so that it can be a win-win.
Yeah,
I think that's really a great thing.
I would agree.
And I think it'll benefit them well, and I don't think it'll impact if we choose to go sell the property later. So
Yeah.
I think it's great.
All right, very good.
Absolutely agree.
All right. That being said, can we have a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the transfer of real estate and approval of real estate sale agreement with the Board of Education of Pleasantdale School District number 107 as presented?
So move.
Second?
Marilyn, will you please call roll?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Our next agenda item is informational strategic plan goal number 3 update. Turn it over to Dr. Brian Waterman.
Yeah, thank you, President Boris. So just as a little background, in June 2022, the District 204 Board of Education adopted this district's first long-term strategic plan. The plan was developed with engagement from our entire school community and identified past performance, core values, and anticipated future needs of the district. It includes 5 comprehensive goals centered on student growth and achievement, learning environment and supports, high-quality diverse staff, family and community partnerships, and resource effectiveness and efficiencies. Throughout each school year, our board plays a really important role in ensuring that our plan continues to include the goals, strategies, and priorities that honor the desires and the needs of our school community. So throughout each year, our leadership team facilitates a discussion on each of the 5 goals within our strategic plan with the board using the following schedule. We're going to kick things off tonight with Goal 3, which is our high-quality diverse staff. We'll come back in November with Goal 1, December with Goal 4, and then in January, February, March, 2 of those months will be Goal 2 and Goal 5. So each of these discussions beginning tonight, you're going to hear some information related to the specific goal, to the aligned strategies, highlights of progress or where we didn't make progress, acknowledgement for areas of improvement, and then also some quantitative progress monitoring as well. As I mentioned to the board back in June, that action team process also plays a really critical role in making sure that we are prioritizing things that will allow us to ultimately achieve the goals. Each of our 5 goals has an action team made up of about 20 to 25 staff members who meet regularly to provide oversight, validate, or challenge the information within our goals. They also help us set targets, monitor our progress, and provide feedback regarding the priorities. That process begins in May of each year when we, the teams, look at that year's priority lists and then draft the list for the following year. Following that work, we ask the Board of Education and our district admin team to review and provide feedback. So the lists that you're seeing tonight were board approved back in June when we were going through that process in June. And as I say all the time, there's no secrets with strategic planning. Everything related to this plan is on our website, including the strategies, the priority list, community feedback, scorecard metrics. We even have like a video series there as well, and that's always publicly available. So as we enter really our 4th year of living this plan, we will once again do a deep dive on each goal with the board each month. And we're excited to begin tonight with Goal 3, which is our high-quality, diverse staff. And our Director of Human Resources, Ed Piotrowski, serves as the goal champion for Goal 3, and he will facilitate tonight's discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Waterman and President Alboris. Dr. Waterman is going to have the presentation up on the screen. I will also let the board members know when I'm moving to the next slide, so if you're following on your computer, we can all be on the same slide. I am going to begin with the slide that doesn't have the 2 photos on it, so it's actually slide number 2, I believe, on page 185 in your packet. Yeah, it shows the strategic plan, Goal 3, with information that does say LTHS is committed to. That is the slide we will begin. So good evening. We are excited to share an update regarding Goal 3 of our strategic plan tonight. Our commitment at LT is unwavering. We strive to provide a high-quality education to all students. Goal 3 is foundational to this commitment, addressing the specific action steps we are taking to invest in our staff and culture. This focus ensures that LT can maintain a high level of innovation, collaboration, and accountability across the district. Ultimately, these strategies, which center on attracting, retaining, and supporting our staff members, represent the district's commitment to honoring our tradition of academic excellence, fostering innovation, and empowering all students in their quest for a fulfilling life. Moving on to the next slide, our work within Goal 3 is guided by one singular powerful directive: to invest in staff and culture to ensure innovation, collaboration, and accountability. To achieve this, Goal 3 is broken down into 2 main strategies. The first strategy focuses internally on our current employees and culture, aiming to enhance staff satisfaction, innovation, and campus unity. The second strategy focuses on the overall life cycle of our workforce, working to attract, recruit, hire, mentor, and support strong employees. It is vital that these employees reflect the LT community and are committed to upholding our mission, vision, core values, and goals. Simply put, Goal 3 is trying to build a workplace that people want to join and want to stay in because it is supportive and focused on growth for all members of the LT community. We are proud of the work that we are doing related to this goal, and are excited to share more about it with you this evening. Please change slides. This next slide shows the key priority tasks associated with Strategy 1 of Goal 3. As you recall, the board reviewed and approved the key priority tasks for each goal in June. We will not go through all of the tasks for Goal 3 tonight, but rather spend a little time identifying some that can be grouped together by theme. Strategy 1 is focused on enhancing staff satisfaction, innovation, and campus unity through engagement, collaboration, voice, and professional development. For this strategy, we are focused on implementation of priorities related to both staff connection and staff belonging.
Ed, I lost connection for a second, but I'm back. I'm on the right
Yep,
slide.
you're on the right side. Thanks, Dr. Waterman. Our focus on visibility and appreciation includes working to redesign staff recognition to be inclusive and ongoing by implementing appreciation strategies that acknowledge all staff groups consistently and equitably. Additionally, we are continuing in the work of developing a calendar of inclusive cultural celebrations to highlight and celebrate diverse identities. To provide robust support for all staff, we are working to establish mentoring structures for all staff groups and taking steps to formalize affinity group awareness and access to promote identity and interest-based groups. Furthermore, we are focusing on improving collaboration and belonging by working to build a sense of team across departments, working to establish routine feedback forums such as listening circles, and to embed belonging practices into staff development days to build trust and community. Moving on to the next slide with Strategy 2. Strategy 2 focuses on attraction and retention to support strong employees who reflect the LT community. Within the second strategy for Goal 3, we are now focused on implementation of priorities that relate to both staff communication and staff belonging. Our initial priority involves strengthening the front end of the employment life cycle, ensuring we attract and efficiently integrate new talent. This means designing equity-focused interview resources and planning to launch a unified onboarding hub to streamline resources and contacts for new employees. For sustained employee growth, we are emphasizing targeted, accessible professional learning. This includes creating targeted PD tracks for specialized roles within the school and ensuring consistent communication of professional development opportunities tailored by audience and content. Additionally, to support retention and professional accountability, we plan to work with non-certified work groups to create growth-focused evaluation tools that focus on reflection and progress. These measures are paired with initiatives designed to support staff well-being, such as working to offer community-based learning and support opportunities and increased visibility of staff support campaigns. Moving to the next slide, our strategic plan scorecard presents our district's progress towards achieving the goals within Goal 3. The goal metrics give us an indication of the efficacy of the steps that we are taking in these areas. The core of Goal 3 is attracting and retaining strong employees who reflect the LT community. We are seeing measurable progress here. For certified staff demographics representing educators of color, we have increased from a baseline of 6.6% in the initial year to 9.64% for the 24-25 school year, working towards our 15% life of plan target. Our non-certified staff demographics representing staff members of color show significant growth as well, moving from a baseline of 22.36% to 24.41%, placing us extremely close to our 25% life of plan target. Regarding certified staff retention, which is the bottom metric on this slide, our baseline was 97.2% when we began the strategic plan. We established a life of plan target of 96. Please note that the certified staff retention figure is a 3-year average as determined by the State Board of Education and reported on our school report card. Report card data for the 24-25 school year is currently unavailable and pending the ISB school report card release. If you move on.
That will be out next Thursday. So it's basically under embargo until Thursday, October 30th. So we'll have all that data then.
If you move to the next slide, for non-certified staff retention, we have improved from an 88.4% baseline to 95.45%, which meets our 95% life of plan target. As a reminder, the Goal 3 Action Team has set the life of plan targets for both certified and non-certified staff retention at approximately 95%, as this number is representative of what is considered a strong retention rate for employers. We use the Panorama Survey to measure our success in building a restorative culture of belonging. Staff reporting favorably to sense of belonging questions for both certified and non-certified roles has increased from a baseline of 54% to 57%. We recognize this is incremental progress, and we still have work to do to reach our life of plan target of 75%. Finally, a significant success story relates to the percentage of staff holding a special population endorsement, meaning at least one of the following endorsements on their license: LBS 1, which is a special education endorsement; English learner or English as a second language endorsement; reading specialist; and/or bilingual content endorsements. This metric has seen a substantial increase, moving from 16.78% at baseline to 25.63%. This brings us much closer to our 30% life of plan target. Before we move into the next section of our presentation, are there any questions about the Goal 3 priorities or metrics that we can answer?
Ed, can you talk a little bit about the special population endorsements and what that actually, the benefit that provides us when we hire and have our current staff gain those endorsements?
Absolutely. It's not uncommon to have staff members who have multiple endorsements within teaching fields. For instance, when I was teaching math, I was also endorsed to teach sociology. But very rarely are you going to find yourself teaching both math and sociology at the same time. You may use strategies from each, but the content area is very different. The special population endorsements that we identified are endorsements that will assist teachers working in any setting. For instance, if I am a math teacher that also goes and gets an LBS 1 special education endorsement, I am learning instructional strategies through that special education program that are going to benefit me in a general education setting, in a special education setting, or in a setting where I have students with all different abilities and different supporting needs. The same would be for people who have an English as a second language endorsement, a reading specialist endorsement, or a bilingual content endorsement. That's why we identified those as the endorsements that we wanted to track and improve, because we know the more staff that have those endorsements, we have a greater population of staff that can assist all of our students.
Thoughts, questions? I guess the only question I had was related to the Panorama Survey. I love seeing that our metrics are improving in just about every category. The metrics themselves, I think, are so critically important to making sure that we have a staff that feels like they're supported and making in an environment where they feel like they can excel. Can you talk a little bit about the Panorama Survey? What does that measure? Where are we? What is that information looking like?
Well, so that is certainly one that we have concern about. It hasn't grown at the same level that we had wanted it to, and certainly we've taken steps to try to look beyond the numbers and find out why.
Yeah.
You may recall last year we began the process of creating listening circles about belonging to find out what is behind this incremental growth within these Panorama surveys. We targeted different work groups because we know the different work groups' experiences are going to be vastly different depending on what role you have in the school, and so we wanted to make sure we were talking to all work groups. Those listening circle opportunities actually expanded beyond just related to sense of belonging into many other areas throughout the year, and that's a practice that we want to keep, and I mentioned in ours. One of the things that we know about that belonging metric within the Panorama Survey is that the foundations for growth in that area we truly believe have been established, whether it is through the work that we've done in our hiring for equity practices, for instance, or by taking a very focused approach at professional development and finding professional development opportunities for different work groups where that might not have happened in the past. We just know that those results might not come immediately, and they are going to take time. But we do believe that structural work has begun, and we're happy to share some of that work in the second half of this presentation, which we feel is going to have a great impact, and over time we want to continue to do that. We set that life of plan target at 75%. We know that that's very aspirational compared to where it is right now, But we truly feel, and our Goal 3 action team that Dr. Waterman mentioned, truly felt that with the things that we are doing and by reinforcing those types of strategies, we can get there or at least move very close there.
I did want to just jump in with one piece there because even when looking at the data, it's only as strong as participation. And so one of our pieces has been, making sure that we're reaching as many of our educators, members of our community, to make sure that they're able to access and take the survey. And so we're really proud right now that we've actually doubled our participation in people taking the survey from where we were last year to where we are currently. So again, it'll be interesting to see what the information is and because we have more folks who have taken the survey.
Okay. And those are, the 57% is the percentage of staff who marked a favorable answer, and these are nationally normed?
They are, and there are groups of questions that relate to belonging, and so that is the percentage of staff from the non-certified and the certified that answered favorably to those questions, correct?
Of total respondents.
Correct, of total respondents within that group, correct.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Then Dr. Waterman, if you want to move on to the next slide. It'll have the wave on it, the image of the wave on it. There we go. We now transition to the essential work of fostering a restorative culture of belonging at LT. The success that we have doesn't happen by accident, and the important work being done is a collaborative effort led by many people in the district, including Dr. Jennifer Rowe, the district's Director of Equity and Belonging. Additionally, we are proud to have Michael Archibald, Dr. Christopher Bass, and Shannon Eddy here with us tonight to talk about how they put this work into action. Can we move to the next slide? We are explicit about Goal 3 and having a staff that is representative of the communities that we serve. This intentional focus on cultivating a staff that mirrors our communities has been recognized by teaching candidates and colleagues alike. This foundation starts with hiring for equity, which Dr. Rowe will now detail.
Thank you so much. As we know, diversity is multifaceted, and we have been intentional in our focus to ensure that LT is attracting talent in all areas of the educational system. Our team has worked to refine our process to ensure that we are able to hire, onboard, and retain staff by cultivating a culture that values equity and belonging. One component of the process has been the inclusion of our hiring for equity training, which we have included as a part of every hiring team experience for the last 4 years. This is a consistent 30-minute community conversation that allows the interview team to openly discuss our values and beliefs, provides information on common forms of bias that may occur in the hiring process, and fosters an environment for the team to be confident in their ability to openly communicate with each other as we work to provide the most supportive interview space we can for all, especially for our candidates that we have invited in to learn about working at LT. This is just one part of the process, which has allowed us to expand conversations into other professional learning experience, such as our We Are All Diversity workshop, which we'll be delivering tomorrow with some of our staff. This is a full-day workshop, and all members of our team will be moving through over the next 2 years. At this time, all of our paraeducators will have completed this training by January 2026. We also have an implicit bias training, which we call Who Me Bias. All staff have completed this training, which is one that is required by the Illinois State Board of Education. Every educator is expected to complete a bias training. And at this time, all of our new staff now complete this training during their first year at LT. We also are working on a cultural competencies training. All of our professional learning experiences truly work to build our cultural competencies, but we are embedding a specific professional learning focused on cultural competence continuum this year in order to provide common vocabulary as well as a tool to anchor ongoing reflection and learning. Building a consistent approach to equitable practices and creating the space for communication and inclusive conversations is important in our work in Goal 3, but ultimately impacts all of our other goals that are found in our strategic plan.
Furthermore, We recognize the importance of continued review of our certified induction and mentoring program to focus on whole educator preparation and increased belonging for all staff. If you could go to the next slide that now has the picture of the eye, so one back, Dr. Waterman. Continuing the focus on building our community, we seek a consistent approach to equitable practices that create space for communication and inclusion. We work diligently to ensure that our equity-minded educators reinforce strategic plan goals and core values. Providing formalized support for our staff, such as affinity and belonging groups, is critical for achieving this culture, which Dr. Rowe will now detail.
Thank you, Mr. Wojciechowski. As a school community, we have been focused on cultivating a restorative culture of belonging, and our staff have many opportunities that work to build community and belonging. One resource we have extended to our staff is through offering affinity spaces or belonging groups. All staff are provided with information about the many offerings, and we are able to join a community that interests them and meets their specific needs. One of the offerings that we have is BEST, which is BIPOC educators supporting teaching. And I'm really excited to say yesterday in the crazy weather, we were out apple picking, so at 11 o'clock, which is really fun. And so this group, we meet to support each other with our professional practices, also in building a community. We also have a SEED group here, which is Seeking Educational Equity and Diversity, and I'm really proud to say that we have board members who participate in that group. SEED started in 1987, and there are over 1,200 SEED groups across the country in 45 states and also in 15 countries. I'm very thankful that LT has supported the training of our SEED facilitators by allowing us to go to a training and offer these groups each year. The communities that we have created there are generally small, but again, those connections of offering conversation allow us to grow in community. And then we also have our Equity Ambassador team, and I'm excited for us to hear from them tonight. This past school year, the Equity Ambassadors were recognized by the Illinois State Board of Education with the Meritorious Service Award. And I thank all of those educators for their commitment and connection. At this time, we have presented an overview of the work on Goal 3, but we wanted to anchor this presentation through the sharing of our stories and to see how this work is taking root and having impact with our educators and the work they do every day with our students and really each other. With that being said, I'm very proud to introduce 3 of my colleagues that each do amazing work here at LT and also our equity ambassadors that serve on the Equity Ambassador team. First, we have Shannon Eddy, who is a member of the student activities team. We also have Michael Archbold, who teaches in both the Global Studies and Special Education divisions, and then Dr. Christopher Bass, who is a member of the Language Arts division.
They're hiding over there, Brian.
All right, Shannon, you will be first. Dr. Waterman, if you want to switch to the next slide.
Make sure that mic's on, Shannon.
Hello, it's on. We're great. Okay. Good evening. First, I want to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Waterman, and all the community members who are here tonight. My name is Shannon Eddy, and I'm a proud 2008 graduate of Lyons Township High School. I'm now in my 3rd year as an administrative assistant in the Student Activities Office, and I'm so proud to serve the same school and community that shaped me. In addition to my work in the Activities Office, I'm also a club sponsor and active community member, which gives me a chance to work closely with staff and students in so many different ways, helping them find connection, confidence, and belonging outside the classroom. It's truly an honor to represent the staff here tonight. With all of that, I also have the privilege of serving on the Classified Non-Contractual Professional Development Committee, where our focus is to make staff voices from all areas of LT represented, valued, and heard. Over the past years, I've worked to strengthen our committee's culture by building community among colleagues and recognize the incredible work being done across both campuses. Through my time with the CNC committee, I've started a monthly newsletter that highlights staff achievements, celebrates their contributions, and also introduced a CNC member of the month type of thing, where we all can vote on. We also meet outside the workday to give us a chance to connect. And once a month, we come together for coffee chats where we talk about pressing matters, share ideas, and simply reconnect as people. These small efforts have helped create a stronger sense of unity and belonging among our classified and non-contractual staff. In the activities office, a lot of my work focuses on supporting staff in ways that ripple out to the students. We've been intentional about creating opportunities for staff to engage in equity and belonging conversations so they feel equipped to bring these values into their daily work. When staff feel supported and included, they're able to model the same sense of belonging to our students. At Lyons Township High School, we offer a pilot club status for new student organizations that are just getting started and want to have a trial base. During this period, usually lasting about 1 year, a club operates under close guidance from the activities office. Coming into this school year, we had 5 pilot clubs advance to an official status, including several new cultural and identity-based organizations such as Indigenous Culture Club, Bailandos con Tudos, and WISE, Women in Sports Empowerment. Each of these groups have created meaningful spaces for students and staff to share their stories, connect, and build leadership. Indigenous Culture Club gives students and staff of the Indigenous heritage a space to celebrate traditions while also inviting peers to learn through shared programming, cultural showcases, and collaboration. It highlights voices that have historically been underrepresented and makes the students and staff feel seen and valued. With Bailandos con Tudos, they use dance and movements as a universal connector, breaking down barriers across cultures. Staff have joined many performances and supported events, making it a true collaboration where students showcase their heritage and staff help to lift their work to the school community. WISE, Women in Sports Empowerment, supports young women who want to grow as leaders and athletes by pairing student experiences with mentorships and advocacy. Staff coaches and advisors provide guidance while learning directly from students about the challenges they face in athletics and leadership roles. Together, these efforts show that LT isn't just recognizing diversity, it's actively supporting it. Staff and students are working together side by side to create an environment where everyone feels seen, valued, and heard. Through my work in both activities and the CNC committee, my goal has been to help shape the culture where equity and inclusion aren't separate initiatives, but they are part of everyday life. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the incredible work being done by our staff and students. It's an honor to represent the LT Pride, and I'm proud to be a part of a district that continues to grow, listen, and lead with heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. Next, we have Michael Archbold, who would speak about his experiences.
It is very interesting to see 2 of my awesome volunteers standing or sitting on the board, so thank you. So good evening, members of the board, Superintendent Waterman, and members of our community. My name is Michael Archbold, and I teach Incubator here, EDU here at LT, and I'm excited to share how staff-led initiatives, specifically the Best Affinity Group and the Incubator EDU program, are strengthening the sense of belonging and support across our school community. At LT, we know that when educators feel supported, connected, and valued, that energy directly translates to the classroom. The Best Affinity Group, which supports BIPOC teachers supporting teaching, was created by staff for staff. We meet monthly to connect, share experiences, and learn from one another. These meetings often include peer mentoring, educator-led training sessions, and conversations about how to better serve all students. BEST isn't just about professional growth, it's about community. It's about creating a space where staff members can bring their whole selves to work and feel supported by colleagues who understand their experiences. When teachers feel a sense of belonging, they're better equipped to model that same sense of inclusion and empathy for their students. That brings me to Incubator EDU, a program that embodies the same philosophy, but through the lens of entrepreneurship and experiential learning. In Incubator EDU, students collaborate in teams to identify problems, design business ideas, and pitch real solutions. They're mentored and coached by business professionals from our community who guide them through the ups and downs of building something from scratch. Just like the BEST Group, the foundation of Incubator EDU is belonging and support. Students learn that their voice matters, that diverse ideas lead to stronger outcomes, and that authentic collaboration is what drives success. Every student, regardless of background or personality, has a place and a role to play. When I look at both the BEST Affinity Group and the Incubator EDU program, I see a shared mission to build a culture where people feel seen, supported, and inspired to grow. These initiatives remind us that community isn't built in isolation. It's built through intentional collaboration, trust, and commitment to each other's success. Ultimately, these efforts reinforce the idea that staff collaboration leads directly to student success. The more we invest in connecting and supporting our educators, the more we empower them to do the same for their students. Our goal moving forward isn't about adding new funding or expanding programs. It's about maintaining the momentum we've built. The continued support of this board, our administration, and the entire LT community allows us to sustain spaces like the BEST program and Incubator EDU. Spaces where adults and students feel that powerful sense of belonging. Thank you for your time and your ongoing commitment to helping us build a stronger, more connected LT community, one where both staff and students can thrive together. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And finally, we have Dr. Christopher Bass.
I have to say, truth be told, this is the closest I've been to the Reber stage. I'm usually like in the back of these in this room, so it's a new perspective up here. So thank you for having me, Dr. Waterman and the board. It's a pleasure to be here in the front of the Reber talking to you guys. And my name is Chris Bass. I've been at LT for over 18 years, and I have to say that without a doubt, the last 4 years have been the most rewarding and intellectually exciting for me. I have benefited from 2 key professional development initiatives that align with Goal 3. And truth be told, I am on Goal 1 team, Dr. Payne. I'm just representing for Goal 3 here this evening, okay? I'm not leaving Goal 1. Okay, so I am a member of the Restorative Practices Guiding Coalition. And during our monthly meetings, Dr. Tyrell always assures that we have space to share our successes as well as our struggles in fostering restorative practices. This assures we learn from our own professional capital. And I'm even enjoying some of these bell ringer activities we do every meeting, every month. They've been actually fun. It's been great to get to know people. It's been a low-stakes way to enter into a conversation about how we can tackle restorative practices collectively across the school. Our summer workshops have afforded much-needed time and space for deeper connection, and we set goals for the following year. This past summer, we committed to encouraging the use of affective statements, and this became a key part of our last school improvement for professional learning activity. In turn, I'm hearing more people talk about affective languages, not only in our classrooms, but in our offices, hallways, and our meeting spaces. I'm also on the Equity Ambassador Committee. Dr. Rowe leads these monthly meetings by modeling culturally responsive instruction. We have the needed space to share with colleagues and celebrate the joy of doing the difficult work of assuring all students belong in our classroom and curriculum. I've been a part of the Cultivating Curriculum Summer Workshop, and this directly impacted my work on the curricular review teams. I've been on the sophomore English review team, the elective LAD review team, and I'm currently on the senior curriculum review team. And each year I've done it, the summer workshop has been vital in supporting my thinking about how we can best incorporate Gholdy Muhammad's 5 pursuits to assure we have a vibrant, rigorous, and culturally responsive curriculum. Both the work of the equity team and the restorative practices have strengthened the LAD's division mission, created many new opportunities to collaborate with colleagues, and change the way we create community for our students. So, I'll give you a quick little story, an example of how I've done this year in my classroom, and I'll talk a little bit about an activity I did with my students in the Indiana University dual credit course. The last couple years, IU has added Robin Wall Kimmerer's essay on the grammar of animacy to the reading list. And so this is a really challenging essay. It encourages us to think about the Potawatomi notion of animacy and how nature is an animate being. In the past, we would have some good discussions. We'd talk about nouns and verbs in English versus Potawatomi, and it was interesting, and we'd move on to the next article. But the work I've done in the restorative justices and the work I've done with Dr. Rowe really encouraged me to slow down and take some time with these complicated, complex, fascinating ideas. So this year, we read the article. Students came in on day one, and we circled up. Using the new stools that our division chair, Karen Reno, purchased for our division, we learned last year in our Guiding Coalition meeting that stools have actually been working in some classes to promote low-stakes, open conversations. You're seated eye to eye. There's nothing in front of you. And it was great. We've had some great conversations sitting in circle. And talking about animacy in circle just felt so appropriate. We had students share their own experiences with language. ML students share words that had no direct translation in English. Students shared stories they had in the home that were either dismissed or not really recognized in school. It was a beautiful day, so after that, we headed outside to the pollinator garden. Patrick Page, a few years ago, had shared with me the planting list of all of the native trees that are here on campus. And with that list came links to the botany information of each tree. So the students wandered around the pollinator garden. They were also assigned a specific tree. And with each tree, they were given some of that botany information. And that was information about the tree, how big it's going to get, what soil it needs to grow, the Latin name of the tree. They observed the tree, they took some notes on it, and that was the end of we came back in, that was the end of the day. The next day we came in, and this time I had all the ethnobotany books that our North Campus librarian, Sherry Price, had purchased for us. I had made copies of them. We have several around the room. And students were encouraged to look up their tree and locate the Potawatomi name of that tree. They were then able to go locate the tree, and that information in ethnobotany is filled with information about how that tree is of value to the Potawatomi community, how the community used and engaged with the tree itself. So we compared the botany information with this indigenous knowledge. This allowed us to identify the notion of animacy, to actually critically think and discuss and see something that doesn't even exist in the English language, which is this notion of animacy. And we compared how the same tree can hold such different values with animacy and without. So in turn, we're coming into the second quarter here. Students, seniors are a little stressed about college right around, applications and everything, but nonetheless, I think we'll come back to this idea of animacy as the quarter goes on and we get more chance to explore some of the articles we've read this semester. They've enjoyed the idea of this complicated idea of animacy, and I like to think the project that I just shared with you highlights how equity and restorative work affects student learning, but I think it also is an example of the support and the community that was sparked by both the restorative practices as well as our equity committees. So thank you for listening to that.
Thank you, Chris. At this time, we are happy to answer any questions that the Board of Education may have.
I don't have any questions. I'm in awe. Thank you so much for those personal experiences and stories, and for the three representatives over there. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your personal experiences and seeing these notions come to life in your own experiences and going beyond the numbers is just phenomenal. So I appreciate your foresight to be able to share it in that way. So thank you.
Thank you. It's certainly something that I don't do alone, and I just thank everyone that's helped me with it. So thank you.
I think the only thing I wanted to add is I agree with Joy. I think hearing from you directly, the experiences, the stories that you're telling, really helps us as board members to really identify where this district is moving forward. And I see a ton of things, the entrepreneur program incubator, the cross-curricular work that's being done in our classes, the importance of making sure that our staff are feeling valued and supported by administration and support amongst one another and by administration. I think that, again, this is in my opinion, as an educator, an extraordinarily important strategic plan that I don't just see being put on paper, but has been brought to life by all the work that's being done here, not just by people at this table, but in all of our classrooms and hallways and offices. So I am, again, in awe. I agree with you 100%. I think there's some great work that's being done here, so thank you.
Thank you.
I would just like to add, like, having been here for so long, sitting as a board member, really how far we've come and how it's something that we should all be proud of. And I think it's just a testament to everyone that, not to take your words from earlier about the board, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody that's here and then that was here previously, that we've all worked, I think, so hard to move forward. And it's really just a testament to all of you at the, at LT, from the staff, of what has been done. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks for sharing your stories.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right, that concludes this section. We're going to move on to our consent agenda. So we've now reached the consent agenda portion of our meeting. Our consent agenda includes the following items: payment of bills and financial statements for LTHS and LADSI for the month of September 2025, approval of human resource items for LTHS and LADSI, review and approval of the meeting minutes, approval of overnight student travel as recommended by the administration. Are there any of these items that the board would like to pull and discuss separately? Okay. Then can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved?
Second?
Marilyn, will you please call the roll?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Next is our second opportunity for audience members to give comments or feedback to the Board of Education, and we do not have anybody signed up. So that being said, it is 8:37. May I please have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for sharing.